Hi, I'm Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Broadcasting live from the greatest city on earth, Hartford, Connecticut, New England's rising star. You're watching Light Source Victory Television Live's 8-Minute Bible Study. With me, your host, Pastor Nyesha McCauley, inviting you to sit back and relax for the next 8 minutes as we continue our journey into the life-changing, life-giving, everlasting Word of the Most High God. Hey, how are you doing, my friends? I hope you're doing exceedingly abundantly, totally, thoroughly well on this Friday evening. All right? Great things happening here in the city of Hartford. I hope great things are happening wherever you may be as we broadcast live around the world on social media. Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, and on and on and on and on. But nonetheless, and of course at AccessTV.org, where, by the way, on Channel 10, AccessTV.org, Channel 10, you can get caught up on all of the 8-minute Bible studies if you miss any along the way. Let's get started, okay? This is where we were when we were last together, which was yesterday. We finished Romans chapter 1. Getting ready to go to Romans chapter 2, verse 1. So in order to get there, let's start at verse 29 in Romans 1, read down through so that we can set the context. All right. The results of apostasy: being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable and unmerciful, who, knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Now, that's the results of apostasy. And watch yesterday's program to get more detail on that. So chapter 2, verse 1 continues. This is, therefore, thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art that judgest. For wherein thou judgest another, thou condemneth thyself. For thou that judgest doest the same thing. Now, this is interesting because it speaks to those that are supposedly the godly. Whoever judges. Now, I'm not in a position to judge nobody. All right? The best I could do is judge myself. Okay? Because, I might be able to see a tree and tell whether or not the tree is bringing forth good fruit. I could see whether or not there's apples coming from the tree, even though someone else is claiming that the tree is a peach tree. You can tell a tree by the fruit it bears. But it's not for me to judge the quality of the tree, whether or not the tree should be allowed to stand. So suffice it to say, judge thyself. Now, and it says here that we are not in a position to judge anybody, because we are all guilty of one of these things that's listed as results of apostasy. Okay? Now, you may not be practicing some alternate lifestyle, but you could be a liar. Maybe you're an adulterer, or a fornicator, or covetousness, or despiteful. Maybe you're proud. Maybe you're a boaster. Maybe you're disobedient to parents. Maybe you're wicked or covetous. Maybe you're malicious. Maybe you're full of envy, murder, debate, deceit. You see, we like to pick on pet peeve sins. But the fact of the matter is, all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. The Bible says there are none that are righteous. So anyone that is outside of the righteousness of God is not going to make it into heaven. The fact that they commit these things, all right, the fact that we do these things is proof of our sinful nature and the fact that there is a separation between us in God, or that we put our will before his. Anyone that does that is not worthy of entrance into heaven, thus establishing the necessity of God's grace, his mercy, and his love. That's why any attitude outside of God's grace, mercy, or love are all deception. God, of course, we understand grace, that which God may be free to do, indeed that which he does on behalf of Christ after that Christ has paid the price. Christ pays the price, therefore providing making the provision, or giving that which is necessary for God to be gracious with the shed blood of the Lamb. Therein lies mercy. Mercy is this very specific type of love that is determined by the object. That's us. We are in deep need of rescuing. Now, some may need a little bit more rescuing than others. It's sort of like you fall down a deep cavern. Now, you may be 10 feet down. You can't jump up to get a hold on the ledge. You could be 100 feet down. You could be 500 feet or 1,000 feet. So the amount of rope that's given to rescue you is depending upon how deep you are. That's mercy. So God provides whatever it takes to bring us to that place where we can stand with him. And so we're not in a position to judge anyone, because we ourselves were once in these positions whereby we were locked out of a relationship with God. But once we come into a place where we submit to him, where we invite him into our lives, and our lives begin to demonstrate a change, then we can move forward. All right, verse 2, chapter 2, reading out of Romans as we continue. Well, let's start at Romans 1 and read down, okay? Therefore, thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art that judgest. For wherein thou judgest another, thou condemneth thyself. For thou that judgeth doeth the same things. Reading out the King James Version. But we are sure that the judgment of God is according to truth against them which commit such things. He that thinketh, and thinketh thou this, O man, that judgest them which do such things, and doest the same thing, that thou shalt escape the judgment of God? All right. So, if it is sufficient that God do the judging, and we attempt to judge others, then what judgment we put upon them is the same judgment we bring upon ourselves. Okay? The Bible says this: if any man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such a one, considering thine own self, lest thou also be tempted. All right? Well, with that, my friends, our 8 minutes is up. It happens that way, unfortunately, every day. God bless you all. Keep you strong in the faith. We'll see you here tomorrow. Remember, when it's all said and done, the only thing you need to know is this fact. And that is, of course, that Jesus Christ saves and changes lives. Won't you call in his name today? Allow him to be Lord of your life. Hopefully this ministered to you, or you found it useful in some way. If so, please share it with friends and family throughout the social media network. God bless you all. Keep you strong in the faith. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.